Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So late last year I made a video on my top 10 Sonic the Hedgehog levels of all time. And yeah, I thought I would counter that and do a top 10 least favourite. So again guys, these are going to be in no particular order. I've not got like a number one, most hated level or, number one least favourite level. I just want I've just got a top 10 in any order. And I'll put just like my favourite, top 10 favourite video, I'll put basically a picture up here of, the actual level. Since I don't actually show like gameplays or that, it just looks a little bit, better I would say if I like show a picture rather than just, looking at me talking about nothing really. At least you can actually see, what I'm talking about if maybe you're not, too familiar with the levels. So yeah, just like my favourite video as well, I'm going to be doing only Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. I've played games like Sonic CD and that, which was actually a really good game. But I don't really feel like I'm too, familiar with the levels in that game. I did have some good levels like, Tidal Tempest was probably my favourite. But again, I can't really, judge the levels too much. I prefer to, stick with the Mega Drive games, the games that I grew up with, the games that I'm really familiar with. And yeah, do a top 10 least favourite levels. So yeah, I've just been outside as well, that's why the sunglasses are partially out. They're not out too much, but they'll fade away. But anyway guys, yeah, let's get on with the top 10 least favourite Sonic the Hedgehog levels, in my opinion. Some of you guys might like these levels, but again, this is just my opinion. I'm not going to hate you for liking these levels, because, people's opinions, it's their opinion, I'm not going to judge people. Anyway, we'll get on with the first one, which is Mushroom Hill from Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah, level 1. You expect good things from level 1. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, you had Green Hill Zone, which was obviously fantastic. Great way to start, the whole Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Sonic 2, you had Emerald Hill, which I think's, again, a really good level. That also made my top 10. Sonic 3 had Angel Island, again, another really good level. It's kind of like a jungly kind of area, really bloody cool, really like that level. I don't know if that made my top 10. If it didn't, it would be very close because I really like that level. But yeah, in Sonic and Knuckles, the first level is Mushroom Hill. For me, I'm just not really a big fan of this level. I'm not a big fan of the music even. The music's, it's there. I mean, it kind of fits again, but, but I don't know, I'm not really big into the soundtrack of this level either. It's kind of like a Garrini kind of area, like bouncing on mushrooms. You have to use these like lift things by, pressing down on, the D-pad. So yeah, I don't know, for me it's just a kind of boring level. It doesn't really, fill me with enthusiasm, to play the rest of the game like, other Sonic games. So yeah, Mushroom Hill guys, again, just not really, it's not really one of my favourite levels. In fact, one of my least favourite levels in a Sonic game. I just don't really find it interesting, sorry. Next I'm going with the Marble Garden from Sonic 3. So they start off the game so well. You have the the Angel Island, you have the Hydra City Zone, or Hydra City, however you say it, and then you go into Marble Garden. For me, just not really one of my favourite levels. Again, it's kinda slower paced. Again, you have to like use these stupid like I don't know what they are, like pan lids or something. You have to like ride on them. They're really bloody strange. Yeah, for me, I just don't really like this zone too much. Again, never really Garrini kind of level because, obviously it's a garden. Again, music's, for me, it's nothing too special. Definitely not one of my favourite soundtracks either. Yeah, Marble Garden, I can't really say much about it. I'm just not really a big fan of this one. You've got these like crusher things, you've got like lots of spikes and stuff in this level as well. Yeah, for me, just not really that great a level. So yeah, it's one of my top 10 least favourites. Next we're going back to Sonic and Knuckles and we have the Flying Battery Zone. Yeah, level 2. So yeah, you start off Mushroom Hill, not really one of my favourite levels. And then you go into Flying Battery, which is again not one of my favourite levels either. The music in this, I would say the music's fantastic. That's like the only, in my opinion, redeeming quality about Flying Battery. Really good soundtrack, both Act 1 and Act 2. I would say Act 1 slightly more, but yeah, both acts got a great soundtrack. So yeah, Flying Battery, you're in the air. You can, some instant death points where you can like fall fall off the thing and like basically fall to your death. Again, not really a lot to say on this one either. You have to use these like handle things to like, you know, climb across and basically go down. And I don't know. It's for me, it's just not really like a great level. I don't really like, you know, many of the enemy designs this level either. Yeah, for me, it's just not really like one of my favourite levels either. I'd probably say Act 2, like the boss at Act 2 is probably better than the boss at Act 1. The boss at Act 1's, I don't know, it's really bloody rubbish. I don't really like it much at all. But yeah, I do like the second Act boss. But yeah, Flying Battery for me overall, it's just not that appealing to me. Now we'll go to Sonic 1, and we're going to go with Spring Yard Zone, which is the third level. So we go through, you know, Marble Zone, which is probably like one of my favourite Sonic levels of all time. Really like Marble Zone, not to be confused with Marble Garden. But yeah, and then you go into Spring Yard Zone. This level for me it just doesn't do it for me at all. This level is my least favourite in Sonic 1. And yeah, it's just not really like that interesting to me. The music's alright. I don't know, for me this level is just like really slow. I mean, you could say that about Marble Zone as well, but for me I just loved the, you know, the colour scheme and, you know, everything that was happening in Marble Zone, you know, the whole lava chase, you know, the lava being there in general. Yeah, I just really like that zone despite being, you know, a slightly slower paced level. But yeah, Spring Yard is slow and just not really that interesting to me. Yeah, I can't really say too much about it. You have to ride up these like square block things and you can get crushed. You've got these like crab things that like shoot these red projectiles left and right. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan as well. You get chased by like a metallic Sonic type thing. There's like parts you have to like bounce off these like bouncer things, and I don't know, for me it's just really slow paced. Not really, again, nothing that really, you know, draws me into the level. So yeah, sorry anybody likes these levels, but nah, Spring Yard again, just doesn't cut it for me. Next we'll go on to Sonic 2. The first mention of Sonic 2, and that is going to be Oil Lotion, which I've got to say could be one of my least favourite Sonic levels of all time, or at least, you know, from the Mega Drive games. I do not like Oil Lotion at all. This level for me it kind of bores me. Which was a level they brought back for Sonic Mania, which I've got to say looks really good in Sonic Mania. I do like what they did with the oil, you know, the whole fire explosion type thing. That's really bloody cool. They added something interesting to Oil Lotion, which, you know, I didn't think I'd ever say that. But yeah, Oil Lotion, great soundtrack. Got to say that about Oil Lotion, really like the soundtrack. But yeah, the level for me, the whole oil thing, it's again another kind of slow paced level because lots of spikes, you have to use these pan lids to bounce up, and I don't know, the enemy designs are kind of annoying. It's like the seahorse thing that like shoots at you, and I don't know, these weird like pink things that shoot at you as well. I don't know, I'm just not really a big fan of the whole Oil Lotion in general, whether it be, you know, layout, enemy design, visuals. I don't know, it's just something about this level for me, I just don't really enjoy too much. And even though Sonic 2 is my favourite, you know, Sonic game, I always dread getting to this point in the game because for me it's just not really that interesting. So yeah, Oil Lotion. Definitely prefer though because Sonic Mania, that looks really bloody cool. Okay, next we'll jump back to Sonic 3 and we've got Carnival Night Zone. The fourth level in the game, just after Marble Garden. So yeah, Marble Garden, I'll go through that, not really enjoying it too much, and then I get to Carnival Night, and another level that I'm not really a big fan of either. Look what it gets better after this with the Ice Cap Zone. But yeah, Carnival Night, I don't know, I wouldn't even say I'm like a big fan of the music. The music's kind of irritating, especially if you're in this level, you know, for a long period of time. Which I did so many times when I was younger because I had no idea how to navigate the barrels of doom. You get to a point in Act 2 where I just kept bouncing up and down this barrel and it wasn't going down. I couldn't get to where I wanted to go. And all you had to do was press up and down on the D-pad. Whose idea was that? That was stupid. That caused me to game over so many times when I was younger because I kept running out of time. So bloody frustrating. Really bad memories of this level from childhood. But obviously now it's easy that I know, you know, what to do, just to press up and down. But it's really stupid, you know, it's to have no, like, indicator to tell you to do something like this. It was just a total new mechanic just thrown in, and I didn't like it. Basically, young me hated this. Young me was very, very confused. But yeah, Carnival Night, it's just, I don't know, I suppose the visuals are alright, it's kind of carnival with like loads of like bright flashy colours. But yeah, the level just, I don't know, it doesn't cut it for me. The bosses are kind of boring. I don't know, what can I say? I just don't like this level too much. One thing I actually like in Carnival Night is Act 2 when it introduces the water parts of the game. The water rises up and it goes from like all the bright flashy colours and it basically like darkens it all. Because obviously the water's come up and I'm guessing it's caused like I don't know, a power cut or something. But yeah, it's just, I like how the colour scheme changes in that way. That's something I will give it credit for. That's actually pretty damn cool. I like little touches like that. But yeah, Carnival Night, yeah. Let's not talk about that anymore. Not really a fan. Next we'll go back to Sonic and Knuckles and we have got the Sandopolis zone. So yeah, I've mentioned I didn't like level 1, I didn't like level 2. I don't like level 3 either. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I don't really like Sonic and Knuckles too much. Why it's like my least favourite of the 4 games. Yeah, it's just the first 3 levels for me just don't really, appeal to me too much. Like I say, Sandopolis it's no different, it should be cool. It's like a really sandy area, it's got a great soundtrack. And I just don't really like the layout too much. I just find it quite irritating, quite boring. Yeah, again, just not really my kind of thing. I think it could have been, so much better. I'd probably say Act 2 slightly better, because it goes like a more darker tone, because you're inside like the pyramid thing, and the lights go out and these ghosts start chasing you around. That's actually really cool. That's something I'll give it credit for. But yeah, the bosses in both acts, again for me, just kind of boring. I don't really like them too much either. So I'll probably put 2 pictures for this, because both acts are like totally different in my opinion. You've got outside the pyramid and you go to inside. So it does change quite a lot, which, I'm a fan of. It's something a little bit different, and like I say, I do prefer Act 2 with the ghosts and the darkness and the rising sand, which, it's alright, It can screw you over quite easily, but it's kinda cool. So yeah, again, on the list, guys, is Sandopolis. Again, great soundtrack, but just not really that fun a level in my opinion. Next we'll go on to Sonic 2, and I'm going to go with the Mystic Cave zone, which might cause a little bit of an upset, because a lot of people really like this zone, and that's fair enough. It's got a great soundtrack, a really good soundtrack, could be one of the best in Sonic 2. But yeah, for me that's one of the only things I really like. The visuals, I guess, are kinda cool. A lot of people say it feels more like you're inside a cabbage or something, rather than Mystic Cave, because the background looks kinda cabbagey, I guess. Yeah, Mystic Cabbage. So yeah, and obviously this has got the infamous blooming pitfall of doom, where you fall down, you can't get out, and you just die. And a lot of people have had, bad experiences with turning into Super Sonic and then falling down that hole, and obviously they can't die until their rings drain out. So yeah, I can see why that would be really irritating. That's just a really strange design for me. I mean, who designed that? It must have been a glitch or an error. Surely they wouldn't make something like that. It just seems totally unfair. So yeah, Mystic Cave, the boss is kinda irritating as well, especially if you die. If you die to the Mystic Cave boss, you basically go back to your checkpoint before the boss, and you can't get any rings. You cannot get any rings, so you've got to fight that boss with 0 rings, which is always my bloody worst nightmare, to be honest, because he can be quite difficult, and especially when he goes up and he just lunges like tons and tons of debris at you, and yeah, it can screw you over. So yeah, Mystic Cave, really annoying boss, and again, not really too interesting a level. I'm saying that all the time, not interesting a level. I can't say anything more, So yeah, Mystic Cave zone. And jumping back to Sonic and Knuckles, we have the final level, and it is the Death Egg zone. Now, some things about this zone I really like. I love, the visuals are really cool. How you can see like planet Earth in the background. That's really bloody cool. I love the sound effects when you go in these like portal things and it goes bloop 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 bloop. That's really bloody cool. Great sound effects, I'll give it that. But the level's so bloody hard. This is a really difficult level for me. I don't like the gravity sections where you go upside down. I'm not really a big fan of things being upside down, because I just find it quite irritating to control. I can see why some people would like that. It's something a little bit unique, something a little bit different to add to the game. Which I believe, to this point, that was the first time Sonic had tried something like that. Upside down mechanics. So yeah, that was interesting. It was something different, I guess. But yeah, for me, I don't know, just not my cup of tea. makes the game even more difficult than it needs to be. I mean, it's difficult as it is, without like doing blooming gravity stuff as well. There's like these electric things that you can fall into. These are really bloody hard to, to avoid and stuff, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm just not good at this level. I really suck at this level. I die in this level so many times. I'm always hoping that I've built up a lot of lives at this point, because I do not feel confident with this level at all. No confidence. First boss, I guess is kinda cool, I guess. He's got an interesting design again. He's quite tough. And I like the final boss. The final boss is really cool, in my opinion. I really like, the whole having to use gravity to beat him. I did say I didn't like the gravity too much, but I do like the gravity for the boss. It's kinda cool. It gives a bit of strategy to beating the boss, because he like shields himself. You have to use the gravity to your advantage, which is kinda cool. And the final boss itself, with the whole laser beams and that, it's cool. It's difficult in my opinion as well, trying to get the timing correct, but it is really, really cool. So yeah, Death Egg Zone. I wouldn't say I totally dislike this level or anything. It's just definitely one of my least favourite levels. So yeah, that's why it's made the list. And that brings us on to the last level of my top 10 least favourite Sonic the Hedgehog levels, and that is Metropolis Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Which I'm sure is in a lot of people's lists. A lot of people hate this level, and for good reason. I can see why. I hated this level when I was younger. I wouldn't say I hated it now, but it's one of my least favourite levels in the Sonic the Hedgehog game, so that's why it's made the list. Yeah, Metropolis Zone, guys. The only level in the game with 3 acts. Yeah, why couldn't they make Chemical Plant Zone have 3 acts? A really, really good level. No, they have to give 3 acts to bloomin' Metropolis. Again, this level is hard. I do find this level easier than Death Egg in Sonic and Knuckles, but I still think this is a really, really difficult level, in my opinion, because you have to navigate these platform things. You've got bloomin' cipher things throwing scythes at you. You've got these exploding stars inside the platforms. So yeah, it's kind of like Pokemon. You've got bloomin' Staryus and ciphers, and you've got these crab things. So yeah, Kingler, I guess. A lot of people use, Pokemon references in this level because they do look kind of like Pokemon, I will admit. So obviously being the longest level in the game, I just feel like it does drag on, and having the 3 acts, and if you're not really enjoying it, if you're kind of getting annoyed by the level, I can see it dragging on even more. So yeah, that's really the only reason why I'm not really a big fan of this. It is kind of tough, and it does drag on a little bit. I'd rather it had 2 acts, rather than 3. That would have made it a lot more enjoyable to play, but the fact that there's 3 acts and they kind of drag on a little bit, it does kind of, add to my, dislike of the level, a little bit. So I don't dislike this level near as much as I did when I was younger. This level kicked my ass when I was younger, but I still don't like it very much. I don't like the boss with his stupid projectile things he's got all around him. You have to hit him at the right time. He can be really annoying. He really bloody can. So yeah, Metropolis Zone, definitely one of my least favourite Sonic the Hedgehog levels of all time, which, and another thing I've got to say, Metropolis Zone's probably got one of my favourite soundtracks in a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Love the soundtrack, don't love the level. So anyway guys, yeah, that is it. That is my top 10 least favourite Sonic the Hedgehog levels. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. To be honest, I have kind of struggled to talk about these levels. Like I say, I'm more of a fan of talking about positive things than negative things, rather than just saying, I find it boring. Don't like it too much. It's boring. Don't like it too much. I just felt I kind of repeated the same things over and over again. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you get the general gist of my least favourite Sonic levels. There's some levels that nearly made this list, like Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1, which I absolutely hated when I was younger. But as I've grown older, I kind of have a little bit more of a, appreciation for that level. Same as Scrap Brain Zone, another really difficult level, in Sonic 1. But again, I kind of appreciate these levels more, as I've grown older. But anyway guys, yeah, I think that'll do for this video guys. Let me know in the comments below, do you have least favourite Sonic levels? Or, what is your least favourite Sonic the Hedgehog levels, of all time? Or if you like some of these levels, let me know, tell me off. Say, how dare you put this level on the list? And tell me why you like the level, I'd be really, really interested to hear your guys' opinions. So anyway guys, yeah, that is it from my top 10 least favourite Sonic the Hedgehog levels. And, yeah, catch you all later.